I would like to thank one of my subscribers, Ziggurath, for this story. I thought this was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. But then again, these cops are just so used to walking up and doing and saying some of the most ridiculous things to us. It's now become the norm in America. Okay, I mean, I'm serious. This stuff doesn't make any sense. And this is just straight up harassment. And, it's a nationwide problem that will continue on because you have the kind of president in office that supports law enforcement and any crazy thing that they do. So, of course, they're going to go over the top now. And we have seen this in recent cases. And this is why I'll always go back and talk about how petty these folks are. Even from the beginning, we saw the pettiness right after the slaves left the plantation: vagrancy, loitering, unemployment. You laugh too loud out in public, and this is why we continue to see the same pettiness even to this day. Like all that hollering and carrying on over a $1 damn Barbie that some 4-year-old walked out of the store with, and her parents didn't know that she had the little cheap ass doll. But yet, when it comes down to mass shooters, they take them in without a scuff mark on them, or take them to Burger King. Never fails. But something petty, they just go all over the top. And this is why people are now looking at you and just nodding their head, because they know how ridiculous all of these encounters are. And it tells me you have nothing on Black people, because if you really had something, we would see more videos of you getting more criminals that are committing violent crimes. Where are all these violent crimes that you keep claiming we're doing? How come we don't see more videos on that? You know why? Because they're not finding you on all of these violent crimes, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at the pattern. If they had all of these violent crimes, you think they wouldn't hesitate to put that out there? There's a reason why you're not seeing it. Just look at the pattern of these videos that come out. These folks are petty. They can't get you on nothing, so they nitpick at everything because they literally have nothing on us like that. And because we are finding the statistics that are showing that most of the people in jail are in there for non-violent drug offenses, they're now trying to tell us, no, that's wrong. You're in there for violent crimes. That's a lie. That's a lie. And the person that's telling you that, they didn't research that. They're just telling you that must off the top of their head. They didn't research nothing and found that information. And ask yourself, why are they finding that information and nobody else is finding it? Don't you find that odd too? Only they're finding the information that most people in jail are violent offenders, but nobody else is finding that information. Let that also be a red flag. So this came out in the journal standard.com. Man arrested while attached to IV machine says he was racially profiled. Now this, look at him. He's in a hospital gown, y'all. Look, hospital gown. He was hospitalized. The doctor told him to go for a walk. He had people visit him. So he's asked the doctor, is it okay that I go outside? The doctor said it was perfectly fine as long as he stayed on the premises for him to walk around outside. So that's what he did. And of course, here comes the petty police squad coming to bother him over this. So you can't even be a patient at a hospital and be outside, just relaxing and walking with your friends and family. You can't do that either. And why would he steal equipment and he's got a damn hospital gown on? And you can see right here, he's got an armband on. You know, those armbands that have your name and information when you're a patient in hospital. He's got the armband on right here, ladies and gentlemen. But he's suspicious at a hospital with a hospital gown on, an IV, and a damn wristband on. See, this is just getting to the point where they are spotting a Black person, making a beeline to the Black person, and then starting an altercation. And this shit is going on nationwide. So the person that you see in the picture, his name is Shaquille Dukes. And this is the petty ass officer. And, you know, and they never do this shit alone either. You know, it's almost like they got to come to you 10 and 15 deep over some petty shit. A man with an IV attached to his arm was arrested last week as he strolled outside FHN Memorial Hospital. Police and Shaquille Dukes, the man who was arrested, agree the Dukes had no intentions of stealing the hospital equipment attached to his arm. Who the hell steals an IV attached to their arm? Please give me the incidents on when that happened. You are dressed in a hospital gown with an IV attached to your arm, but according to the police, you're stealing that. Man, your cops are retarded. But the other details of the case are stirring debate as a video of the June 9th incident circulates on social media. Dukes, who is Black, said he was racially profiled by white security officers. So the doctor said it was okay for him to walk around, and he instructed him to walk around. He gets up, he walks around, and he's now, you know how it is, Black is suspicious. It's suspicious. So he's suspicious to white security guards and white police officers. A hospital patient. Now, you can't be a hospital patient while Black because you are suspicious. He said he filed a formal complaint with the city. Freeport City Manager Lowell Crow said he plans to review Dukes' video as well as police footage and meet with Dukes on Tuesday. I'm not just going to sit there and be complicit about what I know is an illegality, Dukes said. Wait. These police officers are so fucking retarded. Now, let me tell you something. The security guards at the hospital had the ability to go up to the front desk. You know, where you walk into a hospital, you go up to the front desk and you find out if the patient you're looking for is in the hospital. All they had to do was say, is this Shaquille Dukes a patient at the hospital? Why didn't they do that? Why didn't the police do that? You know how easy it is to walk up to a desk, a front desk, and ask, who is a patient here? Is this person a patient here? But no, not them. They arrested a patient right directly from the hospital. Dukes, 24, who has lived in Freeport for about a month, said he had been in the hospital for 2 days with pneumonia when his doctor cleared him to go for a walk outside as long as he didn't leave the hospital property. So that's what he did. Dukes, his brother, and another person went for a walk just after 4 p.m. on June 9th, but were stopped in the parking lot on their way back into the hospital. So he obviously wasn't trying to flee. And why would he flee with pneumonia? How many people do you know can flee with pneumonia? Okay, come on. So anyway, they were on their way to walking back into the hospital. The security officer who has not been named, why hold back everybody's name that did this? Because they know this is ridiculous. You want to do stuff and then you don't want your name associated with it. Nah. This all needs to be found out. So demand that Dukes and his companions walk over to his vehicle parked on the other side of the street. The security guard employee by FHN then accused Dukes of attempting to steal hospital equipment, according to Dukes. How many people do you know are connected to an IV drip and they are trying to steal hospital equipment dressed in a hospital gown? How many times that you never seen that happen? And these cops and these security guards, their asses never seen that shit before either. Get the hell out of here. He had gotten out of his vehicle and said, "What are you going to do? Steal that and sell it on eBay?" Who the hell thinks like that? You've got to be a low-level degenerate to have that kind of thinking. Okay, I go to the hospital because I'm sick. I'm hooked up to an IV. Some security guard comes in. What are you going to do? Steal that and sell it on eBay? Who the hell does that? In fact, the average Black person don't even think like that. I want everybody on this earth to see just how stupid these folks really truly are. They are so dumb. They see you in a hospital dressed, got an armband on. So is he going to ask him, is he going to steal the armband he got on his wrist and sell it on eBay? I mean, hey, why stop with the IV drip? Come to Freeport on vacation and leave on probation. This is truly one of the most racist cities in America. I was admitted into the hospital, and this is the guy should kill Dukes. He put this on Facebook. I was admitted into the hospital for double pneumonia. Who the hell do you know can flee with double pneumonia with equipment? With double pneumonia. After receiving doctor's orders to walk around, I was stopped by this overzealous racist security officer who claimed I was trying to leave the hospital to sell IV equipment on eBay. Who the hell thinks like that? Seriously, who the hell thinks like that? No wonder why these people are cheating to get in college. You got to be one dumb MFer to be walking around thinking like that. After a brief conversation, the guard called the police. I was advised by Sergeant Jeffrey Zalezanik, badge number 116, that I was, let's see if I can see more of it, y'all. I don't have Facebook, so if I got to sign in, I'm not going to go into this thing. Okay, I was being arrested for attempted theft of the IV equipment that was clearly attached to my arm. My brother was arrested and then me. And then you want to know why we don't like law enforcement? You seriously, then you want to know why we don't like law enforcement? And we know you're petty. This is why you get called petty, because that's what you are. All right. So his brother got arrested who was visiting him, and then he got arrested. Under direction of Sergeant Zelznick, officers stood by and watched while my IV was removed on the sidewalk, and it was not by a doctor. Why would a cop be removing an IV and he's not a medical professional? He needs to sue on those grounds alone. Those IVs are given to people with pneumonia. Number one is to provide them fluid so they don't dehydrate. You know how easy it is to dehydrate when you have pneumonia? Ooh, this is some serious hatred. Okay, now there's racism and there is just this ridiculous shit we keep seeing. This is on that. This is beyond that. I told the officer I was being treated for pneumonia and asthma, and his words were, "I don't care why you're here. You're going to jail. You definitely got to lawyer up. You had a serious condition, and this officer did not care about your health. Obviously, you had a health issue if you were in the hospital in the first place. And obviously, the hospital felt he had a condition that was bad enough for him to be hospitalized. The officer is not in any position to diagnose you. And that's what he just did. He had no right to do what he did. And all they had to do was go in that hospital to see if he was a patient there. And it didn't have to go beyond that point. They didn't even bother. See, this is how you know they knew he was a patient there. That's why they didn't go in there and do nothing. But see, no officer should be harassing you because you are following doctor's orders and walking around outside. Why are you arresting a sick patient that is trying to follow doctor's orders and move around? Man, you got one hell of a lawsuit. You need to get some double digits out of this one. They took my rescue inhaler and began to transport me to the city lockup. While in transit, I began to have a seizure, and subsequently, an asthmatic attack. I pleaded with the officers for almost 4 minutes to retrieve my inhaler from the transporting officer. Man, this whole thing could have cost him his life. This could have cost him his life. And finally, when I became unresponsive, I miraculously appeared. It miraculously appeared. I make this post not for pity, but as a beacon of hope for all Black and brown minorities dealing with city of Freeport. We do not have to take this shit any longer. I've shared contact information for a great attorney who is ready and willing to intervene. Oh, you gonna get help for this one. Make no mistake about it. You're going to get help for this one. This ends today. Anyone who sees this and has been served an injustice or was a victim of a crime initiated by Freeport PD, please reach out. This is outrageous. I'm gonna go ahead and play the video because you gonna be stupid. I'm gonna make you look even more stupid. Wow. But you're not going to touch me. I know you. I know you. It's hurting the fuck with it. And when I go back to the hospital, you'll go back. The doctor gave me information about right now because I don't know it. You know your phone now.
Right, after you told the motherfucker.
So, I just you pulled up on me. Oh, so long. All right. Now I'm seeing some of this. Oh, it's probably the loud music and, here's a white woman. No, nobody gets arrested in a hospital gown, hooked up to an IV, and some officer is standing there telling you you're stealing hospital equipment. If it was about the music, you would have heard him say it's about the music. And how do you know that the music was not added when he uploaded the video? He added the music himself. You don't know that. You weren't there. And see, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot discuss these matters outside the family. Keep it in the family. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be involved in the conversation like that. Petty people are going to say petty things. This shit was petty. This was petty. And why are you arguing with a sick patient at a hospital with no damn police record? Why are you doing that? No, he saw an opportunity to mess with someone black and he took advantage. That's all that officer did. He doesn't need to be on any police force. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, even if you eliminate this one, there's plenty more that will step up to the plate and act just like him. You see this behavior in both the citizens and the police that work for the government. It is systemic. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.